up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 12, episode 9. Girl, oh, the way that I knew the internet was going to eat everybody up. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. So let's get into this. Let's get into it. So we have a few updates on some of the tea that we've been talking about, but I wanted to make this statement before we got into that. For all you people that thought it was okay to harass a 14-year-old, i.e. Portia, Kyle's youngest child, you're a joke and you're pathetic. As well as the people who got in Dorit's comments and told her that she wasn't traumatized enough from her burglary, whether or not you believe it or not, but to tell somebody they weren't traumatized enough and then to make jokes about their children, especially their mental state, saying that their child is the R word and stuff. Like, y'all are pathetic and downright hateful ass people. You got people in a 14-year-old's comments telling her to F off since their mom doesn't think it's funny. Then you got people calling Dorit's children the R word and saying that she raising school shooters. And it's just like, y'all think Housewives is an interactive experience, and it's not. You don't get onus to harass these people just because you're mad about what you saw on TV. You don't. And I noticed that a lot of people who were harassing Portia and who had these negative things to say to Dorit didn't have profile pictures with them in their pictures. It was a cartoon or it was an exaggerated picture of like a housewife that's their fave. But y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty. Now, am I saying not to have opinions and feelings about the things that you see? No, I'm not saying that, because heck, I can't even say that because I do reviews. But to then take that anger and your opinion and to throw it at a child because you're mad that another child got accosted by an adult, you're just doing the same behavior. That doesn't make you any different or any better. That doesn't make you right. That makes you actually worse, because at first you knew that what they were doing is wrong. So then you perpetuated it and made it worse. Like, y'all gotta stop taking Housewives so freaking seriously. It is not that serious. Like, yes, you can have opinions, but like the people say, go touch some grass. Like that, like seeing that, I was so like, oh my, like y'all really are in this little girl's comments telling her to F off and telling her that her parents are awful. Like, grow the fuck up. Like, grow all the way up. Like, my goodness. So now for the updates. Garcelle posted this, I want to say the day before the actual episode aired or the day after the episode aired. And she said this is an appreciation post for my sons, Oliver, Jax, and Jade. You boys make me so proud. You are loving, kind, and respectful. You show respect to people even when they don't deserve it. Respect is a reflection of your character, not theirs. Then Crystal had more to say. She posted this to her Insta story. It said, just remember that all the shit someone puts you through sooner or later finds its way back to them. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. And then Kyle, with a response to all of the bad lashing she's been getting, she has, hey guys, I want to share some things with you about this week's episode. I have not seen it yet, but have seen the clips floating around. First, let's address my comment to Sutton. When Diana was sharing her story about having miscarriage, I was taken back because I felt like Sutton wasn't letting Diana have her moment to share what she had just recently gone through. I had obviously had a few drinks and didn't express myself clearly, and I was disappointed in the way I handled myself altogether. When I woke up the next morning, I thought about what happened the night before, and I realized that maybe Sutton was sharing her story with Diana to connect with her in some way. I immediately called Sutton and apologized to her. I consider Sutton a close friend and care about her a lot. Sutton accepted my apology and we moved on. Now on to the clip where Mauricio, PK, Dorit, and I were discussing Erika's behavior at Garcelle's party. I had not seen what Erika said to Jax in person, but was told about the following day along with some funny moments as well. When I said it's not funny, but it's funny, I meant Erika being drunk was funny, but what was said to Jax was not. I hope you know me all well enough to know by now I know I certainly do not condone speaking to children like that. We are all parents and certainly wouldn't want anyone speaking to any of our children like that. Until Mexico, we had never seen Erika drink like that, so this was a new behavior we were seeing. I think while focusing on that, the more important issue was being minimalized. Anyway, I never post things like this, but I felt absolutely terrible watching these clips, so I wanted to share with you. Heart, Kyle. So Lisa's on an apology tour, and here we go. She posted this today, and it says, I've heard from a lot of you over the last week about some comments I made on my Instagram story. I never meant for them to be interpreted the way that they have been, but I truly appreciate you all reaching out. I just had the opportunity to have a lovely chat with Caroline Brooks. Caroline, thank you for the open dialogue and conversation. I have the utmost respect for all of the ladies on Real Housewives of Dubai, and I can't wait to officially meet you, Caroline. So then Caroline took to her Twitter to explain, and she said, Lisa Rinna called me and apologized for what she said and explained that she didn't mean for her post to be an attack on RHO Dubai. She explained in detail what she meant is that she was watch Dubai instead of RHOBH if you don't like her or are bothered by her or their show. I explained how we felt by the post and why it could be taken differently based on how it was written, and she apologized. I don't hold grudges. I am an adult, and if someone says sorry, then I forgive them and move on if I feel like it's something I can get past. As to clarify, I do not want, and I think she meant I do not watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because it doesn't air in Dubai, but I've seen clips accepting Lisa's apology for the reference she made to our show. Doesn't excuse bad behavior by any means. Hashtag RHO Dubai. I'm speaking only to what she said about us. I mean to say I don't watch The Real Housewives of Dubai. Then she said, we are all entitled to our feelings, so I totally understand of some of you who aren't ready to forgive and move on. I certainly encourage you, though, because holding a grudge and hate is too strong of a burden to carry. And that's where it ended. So it seems like Caroline is kind of okay with Lisa, and Lisa's on an apology tour. But let's get into this review. So the episode opens up where it kicks off, where we have we're still at Garcelle's party. We're still having a conversation between Sutton, Diana, and Kyle. And honestly, in this moment, it solidified to me that I do not like Diana. Like, whenever she comes on my screen, I be ready to fast forward. Like, if I wasn't doing reviews, I would honestly skip over scenes with her in it because I genuinely don't like this lady. And that says a lot because for the most part, I can tolerate a lot when it comes to housewives, but there's something about Diana that is just very mean-spirited. And I don't like how Lisa Rinna, Kyle, and Erika suck up to her. Like, they co-sign everything she does, and it's like, y'all are adults. Like, all of y'all are damn near 60. Why are we still playing these games of, like, trying to be cool with the rich girl or with the popular girl? Like, I thought y'all would have gotten out of that in your 20s. Like, my goodness. So they're having the conversation. Diana's sitting over there on the edge of the couch looking so smug, like the Cheshire cat, just gleefully smiling at the fact that Kyle is really getting into Sutton's ass. Sutton is kind of like cowering on the couch because she's like not understanding why Kyle is like pushing on her or making her feel bad when it's like, you were only supposed to be in this conversation. Like, you weren't even supposed to be a part of this conversation. That's why I didn't want you over here. You got her telling, Kyle telling Sutton, like, you need to take back that you called her soulless. And Sutton is basically like, no, I'm not going to take it back because I'm sharing with you that I've had 2 miscarriages, and she's looking at me in my eyes and telling me that I'm trying to like one up her. And you're telling me that you don't believe me. me. So what am I supposed to do? So Kyle is pushing on her, pushing on Sutton, and it was pissing me off because I wanted Sutton to pop Kyle in the face. Like, she just needed to walk out one good time in the mouth, because I was just like, stop touching her. Because I know for a fact if I was Sutton, I would have hit Kyle. I would hit Kyle. Because once, it's like, it's annoying when someone does it when they're not, like, when they're sober. But when you're drunk, it's even more annoying, because it's like, you're inebriated. I don't want you touching me. Just don't touch me. Don't touch me, lady. So Sutton begins to cry. She apologizes to Diana because she was like, she didn't want to make Diana feel that way. And she didn't mean it like that. And so she hugged her. In this moment, I felt like it was fake on both ends. Sutton was just trying to say sorry to smooth everything over. And for Diana to hug Sutton after all this time you've been in your confessional saying there's something wrong with her, you don't really like her, and you're fake, and that you sat there and told her not to touch you, for you to hug her, I'm looking at you like, bitch, you're fake too. You're fake too. So then Kyle gets up and she's like, I can't take it. And then she sits down with Garcelle. Kyle tells Garcelle that Sutton was crying. Garcelle looks concerned. You then got Crystal getting up to check on Diana. And honestly, Diana is rude. Diana is very rude, because you came to Garcelle's party late. You gave her a raggedy hand-me-down gift, what was that stupid book. And then on top of that, you left the party with your assistant, aka your little boyfriend, aka your husband, aka your sugar baby, to leave. You just left. You didn't say goodbye. You didn't say thank you for inviting me. So you are a rude individual, lady. So then things get awkward, and then we have the infamous scene that set Twitter ablaze. You got Erika hitting on Garcelle's son, telling Garcelle that, her son is hot, calling Oliver over there. Garcelle gets up and she's like, yeah, this ain't it. So she goes and sits on in another area of the party. You have Erika kicking up her leg, because you can tell she's drunk. Mind you, Dorita's supposed to be babysitting her, but I'm looking at Dorita like, you're not doing a great job of babysitting, because when I've babysat my friends that are drunk, I'm like, I'm either giving you water or we're giving you more food to eat to average this stuff out, or I'm telling you to go pee to break the seal. But Dorita's just like, you can tell Dorita was uncomfortable, and she didn't have a handle on Erika. So then Garcelle's trying to call her son from going over there, like, Oliver, come over here. But Oliver, he's 30. At the time he was 30, but now he's 31. He goes and sits down with Erika. Erika asks him about, does he have a significant other? I think Dorit was like, he has 4 kids and he's married. So then Erika calls his wife a baby mama. And I was like, Erika, you being disrespectful. You being disrespectful. So then Oliver sits down. Garcelle's like, it's time to go anyway, because I guess the night was winding down. And she's like, Oliver, let's go. And then Erika's like, Garcelle, no, go away. We're having a conversation. But then Oliver's like, you know what? Moms are saying, let's go. And she was like, oh my God, you gonna shut me down like that? You gonna shut me down like that? You and me could get into trouble. I ain't got nothing to lose. As well as asking a man for a threesome when he got a whole ass wife and 4 kids. So then Crystal tells Garcelle, like, oh, do you want your flowers? Because everyone was picking up her flowers that people brought as gifts for Garcelle. Well, Jax decides to go get the rest of the flowers. And that's when Erika tells him to get the F out of here. But you can tell she was joking. But it's like, you can't really joke like that with a 14-year-old. Crystal did the right thing where she was like, don't worry about what she got to say. Don't worry. Let's go. Crystal was being a responsible adult. She was like, yeah, let's go. Dorit is mortified in this moment. Like, girl, you can't say that to a 14-year-old. And then Garcelle's son is like walking out, and Jax is like, I just got violated for grabbing some flowers. Like, bro. And I think I don't know if he was really hurt, but I think he was doing it sarcastically. But it was still like, oh, she tripping. That's the energy and the inflections in his voice was like, oh, she tripping. She drunk. So then Garcelle said, who said that to you? So she walks back in the party and was like, don't talk to my son like that, Erika. And Erika's like, what you mean? She was like, you told him to F off and go away. Like, don't talk to him like that. You really hurt his feelings. So then Erika's like, tell Jax to come back. But you can clearly tell, like, she's really drunk. And then Jax is telling his mom, like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm okay. And she was like, no, she shouldn't be talking to you like that. And then Dorit is telling Erika, like, yeah, you can't talk to him like that. But then Erika being drunk is like, she's dragging it. And I'm like, oh, you really drunk. Like, you're really drunk. So the party ends right there. The next thing we see is Garcelle on at the Real. Unfortunately, y'all know the Real got canceled. And she's talking to, like, her hairdresser as they're getting her together. And Garcelle's basically like, Erika needs to find a balance between her pills and her alcohol. Pick one. We gotta pick one. So then we have this really nice moment where Crystal invites Dorit to a self-defense class. And I thought it was nice that Crystal was basically like, I want to gift this to you, or maybe we could do this together to make you feel more comfortable. And Dorit basically is like, she appreciated. She looked like she got enough energy to, like, mess up the spot, and throw hands. So it was really nice. So then we have this sit down between Sutton and Kyle. First of all, y'all, the food that they were serving at this restaurant looked bland and unseasoned. I was like, where's the meat? Where's the flavor? What is this? But like I said, it's a sit down between Sutton and Kyle. I thought Sutton's purse was so cute. I was with Kyle. I thought it was a book, but it was actually a purse, and it matched her red shoes. Honestly, Kyle pissed me off in this moment because Kyle was over talking Sutton when Sutton was trying to explain herself, because Kyle just wanted to say, I'm sorry, I apologize, and moved on. And Sutton was like, no, I want you to understand that you stepped into a conversation you know nothing about, and then you tried to tell me that I didn't have 2 miscarriages. Like, you crossed the line, ma'am. And she was like, and then Sutton's like, I really care about this friendship. That's why I'm here at this dinner. And then Kyle gonna be like, I really care about it too. And I'm like, you don't. You really don't. You don't like her. You don't like her. Like, Kyle, in this whole, like, me and Sutton are really close friends, Kyle doesn't like Sutton. Like, I think Kyle's only nice to Sutton because a lot of the fans like Sutton. And Kyle is the type of person where she hates when people don't like her, especially the fandom, that she's going to still keep it kind of, like, even keel with Sutton. And it's annoying. It's highly annoying. And the reason why I find it annoying is because I can see through it. Like, we can tell that you don't really like Sutton. You tolerate her. And why would you be in a friendship with someone that you just tolerate? And it would be different if Kyle wouldn't be like, I'm super close to her. We have a really close relationship. It's like, no, y'all have a working relationship, and that's just what it is. That's really what it is, and that's all. So the next scene we see is a montage of everybody enjoying their Thanksgiving. We see Kyle and her family. We saw Kathy. We saw Kim Richards. We also got to see Crystal enjoying her family. We saw Crystal and Garcelle and their families helping the needy. We also saw Dorit and her family. It was really nice. Then we have this scene with Diana and Lisa Rinna. And y'all, like I said, I be wanting to fast forward through Diana's scenes. Like, I really just don't like that lady. But basically, Lisa and Diana are sitting down. Diana asks Lisa, like, how are you going with the passing of your mom? Lisa's basically like, it's touch and go, but, like, she's processing and still getting through it. She was happy that she was able to spend time with Harry and their daughter up in New York, and she was glad that she was a part of the premiere. Then Lisa asked Diana, so how did Garcelle's party go? Diana said it was good, and then it wasn't, basically indicating that Sutton ruined it for her. She talks about how Sutton pulled her to the side, and then Sutton started doing her Sutton thing. She started getting me those looks, and so they show when Sutton is being cheeky or being petty, her face. Then Lisa and Diana are, like, mimicking her face. Diana tells Lisa that Sutton called her soulless, and I said Diana is conveniently leaving out that she called Sutton frail and old before she called her soulless. So what are we talking about? So then somehow they're saying that, like, Sutton is passive aggressive, and I'm like, are y'all saying she's passive aggressive because she does it in a Southern way? When honestly, Sutton's been pretty much aggressive with you. So what are we talking about, lady? But Lisa said if Sutton ever gets that way again, she'll check her because she don't like that kind of energy. And I'm like, ma'am, you've always been that kind of energy. So what are we talking about? So then we have the other infamous scene that set the internet on blaze, where you have PK, Dorit, Mauricio, and Kyle meeting at Kyle and Mauricio's house. Dorita's kind of like she don't know if she still wants to live in her house where she got robbed, and she's thinking about moving, but Kyle doesn't want her to move because she likes how close she is to her. And Kyle's like, I wanted to move after we got robbed, but once I got settled it back in, it still felt like home. So basically telling her, like, give it time and you'll still want to live there. So then they got on that conversation. Honestly, I went into how I really felt in my other video. It's dated the Fox Force 4 versus Garcelle. But I'll give a brief little overview of what I said. Basically, I find it very like funny and actually very just it's annoying because I know for a fact, and we all know for a fact, that had Erika told any of their children to F off, they would be pissed off. They wouldn't be sitting here laughing about it. PK would have been mad. Dorit would have been mad. Because Dorit is committed to this whole mother bear aesthetic. So we know for a fact you would have been angry. Kyle the same way. This is the same lady who cried last season because she was worried about her daughter being depressed and was like, I don't feel like I'm being a good mom. And it's like, y'all know for a fact if Erika would have told y'all's kid to F off, it would have been over for her. It would have been over. Like Fox Force 4 or Fox Force 5 would have been disbanded. Let's not play. So it's pretty convenient that y'all think it's funny. And the other part of me is looking at them like they're shitty friends. Because it's one thing for your friend to get drunk on vacation and y'all having a good time together, but it's another thing for your friend to be at parties and other events and being drunk. That's not cute. That is not cute. And the fact that she told y'all she was mixing pills and alcohol should have been a red flag already. Clearly Erika is still going through a lot and she's trying to numb the pain of all these lawsuits. But for y'all to be like, well, she's fun and she's free, but not take into consideration that your friend is borderline on the cusp of being an alcoholic, makes me look at y'all like y'all are shitty friends. So this whole at least she's loosening up. Okay, I'd rather my friend be uptight and healthy than be a drunk or a low-key alcoholic and be loosening up. Get it together, y'all. Get it together. So the next thing we have is everybody coming and getting ready to go to Sutton's housewarming party. She's almost done with her renovations and they actually look really good at her house. And so she wanted to invite all the ladies. She even invited Diana. Before we get to the party, we see Cherie go over Garcelle's house because they're riding together. And I actually like Cherie being a part of this cast. I think Cherie adds to the cast in a way that they thought Diana would. But Cherie is great. She actually talked to Garcelle. She's funny. She's quick-witted. And Garcelle fills her in about Erika cussing out her son and hitting on Oliver. And Cherie is like, oh, so you gonna check her? So I'm back up. So they have a cute banter and I like them together. We find out that Lisa Rinna is the first one to arrive to the party. Lisa gives Sutton a nice candle. Her shoes were wonderful. I think she said that they were Versace. Her hair looked ugly. Shoes look wonderful, hair look ugly. Then we see Cherie and Garcelle show up. We have a scene with Erika where they ask Erika, are you excited to go see Sutton's home? Or is this your first time going to see Sutton's house? And Erika's like, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this Haitian mama who gonna cuss me out for cussing out her kids. So what we find out is 2 days before the party that Erika and Crystal had I guess went on a hike and Crystal filled Erika in on how she was behaving at the party and that she cussed out those kids. And Erika's like, well, that was wrong of me to cuss out 16-year-olds. And then she was like, no, sweetie, they're 14. And then Erika's like, oh, that makes it worse. And I'm like, yeah, literally you cussed out children. Literally. You cussed out children. So Erika finally shows up. She gives Sutton a candle. It's awkward between her and Garcelle. I know a lot of people were mad that Garcelle didn't cuss out Erika, but I could tell that Garcelle was like uncomfortable, but still like angry and seething. And I don't know if I think Garcelle wanted to have a moment and come at Erika in front of all the ladies, but she just didn't take that moment. She really didn't take that moment when she should have took the moment, but she was being passive aggressive when Erika walked in and Erika was like, oh, I learned something. I'm only having one drink. And Garcelle was like, good for you. Good for you. So then it's time to all sit outside to start partaking in Sutton's housewarming party. And it's muddy outside. It started raining, so it's very wet and mucky. And everyone's like, online was like, well, why didn't they have the dinner on the inside? Why didn't Sutton move the dinner on the inside? Honestly, y'all, if I was Sutton, you hoes would be sitting out in the dirt with me too. Y'all don't like me, so y'all shouldn't be a part of this. I shouldn't allow you into my home. I let y'all walk through it. Now come outside and eat. If you don't want to eat, then leave. And Sutton, because Sutton got coins and she got the finances, gave them lady all nice little slippers so they wouldn't mess up their nice shoes. Because Lisa Rinna had on some really nice shoes. Some really nice shoes. Even Kyle had really nice shoes. Like, I think Lisa Rinna said her shoes were like Versace or something. They were cute. But like I said, Sutton got the coins because then she gifted everybody. Well, not she didn't gift. She loaned everybody these really nice furs that were like vintage. So it's like y'all sitting outside in these vintage furs and these nice little slippers. Call it a day and shut up. So they're all eating. They talk to Dorit and ask her how she's doing. Well, Lisa asks Dorit how she's doing. Dorit basically says like she feels kind of like she's scared to be alone. Like she doesn't like driving anymore. She used to like being alone, but now she's afraid to be alone. She was like, she hasn't even driven her kids to the park, and that's kind of weighing on her because I guess that's something they like to do together. I loved how Cherie told her, like, this is just a blip in your story. Like, don't let it overtake you. But she meshed so well. It didn't even feel like Cherie was forcing it. I really think she was trying to comfort Dorit. So I really like that she's a part of the cast. We then get on the conversation about Diana. And Garcelle's like, Diana's not coming. And Sutton's like, I don't know. I invited her. And then Lisa's like, yeah, Diana's not coming. And Sutton's like, you know what I think? No, Garcelle's like, you know what I think that is? I think that's rude. Like, why didn't you tell the hostess you weren't coming? It's rude. She rude. Garcelle's like, she rude. See, she rude. And Erika even chimes in and says, well, you know, for me, I even text Sutton and told her I was going to be late. And Sutton's like, yes, you did, girl. Yes, you did. So it's like, she just rude. The girl just rude. She rude. She mean and she rude. So then Lisa asks Sutton, like, do you think you're being passive, like you're passive aggressive? And Sutton's like, no, I'm not passive aggressive. And then she's like, well, did you tell Diana she was a motherfucker and that she was soulless? And then it cuts off there. And I'm like, Lisa, that's not passive aggressive. Like, she told the lady to her face that she was soulless and a motherfucker. That's not passive aggressive. Passive aggressive would be them acting like they're cool all the while Sutton's throwing jabs at Diana. Sutton's been pretty upfront with how she feels. And slickly, Diana has been the same way. So I'm just kind of like, what are you trying to get at, Lisa? We know you don't like Sutton. And that's my thing. We know Lisa Rinna, Erika, and Kyle don't like Sutton. But then Kyle and Lisa Rinna like to be like, well, we're cool on some days. But I can give Erika credit that Erika's like, you know what? I don't really like her, but we're working on it, but we're cool. It's just like, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't want nobody to be fired, but I definitely need new mixes in this group because I don't like them anymore. I just don't. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic and drop down in the comments below and give me your thoughts. Bye.